The vast emptiness of space stretched before the human exploration vessel horizon, its sleek metallic hull cutting through the darkness like a silent predator. Captain Byanhara stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display showing an unexpected alien warship approaching from the starboard side. The ship's communication systems hummed with tension. David Kim, the young communication officer, adjusted his headset and glanced nervously at the captain. The alien vessel was massive, easily 3 times the size of the horizon, with intricate geometric patterns covering its hull that seemed to shimmer and change with each passing moment. Incoming transmission, David announced, his fingers dancing across the communication panel. Captain Hara remained perfectly still. Most human encounters with alien species had been brief and violent. The galaxy held countless civilizations, and humanity had learned quickly that diplomacy was rarely an option. But something about this moment felt different. The alien ship's communication burst through the speakers, a series of clicks, whistles, and low-frequency vibrations that initially sounded like pure noise. David's translation algorithms worked frantically, converting the complex sound patterns into something comprehensible. Unidentified human vessel, the translation finally emerged, you have entered restricted space. Hara's hand moved subtly closer to the communication controls. Every muscle in her body was coiled, ready for potential conflict. But instead of aggression, she chose a different approach. "This is Captain Byanhara of the human exploration vessel Horizon," she responded clearly. "We request peaceful communication and navigation clearance." The response took longer than expected. The alien communication system seemed to hesitate, processing her words. On the bridge, the crew remained silent, watching the holographic display that showed the alien vessel's movements. Suddenly, the alien ship's external lights began to pulse, a rhythm that seemed almost like confusion. David's translation system worked overtime, converting the light patterns into potential communication signals. "Humans, request communication?" The translated response came through with a hint of genuine surprise. Unprecedented. Captain Hara allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had a reputation for aggressive expansion, for warfare, for taking what they wanted. But this moment was different. This was an opportunity to show another side of human capability. The alien vessel began to adjust its position, moving from an aggressive stance to a more neutral positioning. Its massive weapon systems, which had been primed and ready, slowly retracted. David looked up from his console. "Captain, they're requesting a direct visual communication channel." "Open it," Hara commanded. The main viewscreen flickered to life. A creature with multiple eyes and a translucent skin membrane appeared. Its body seemed to shift and change, adapting to the communication interface. When it spoke, the translation was clear but carried an underlying tone of bewilderment. "You wish to communicate? Not attack? Not claim territory?" "We seek understanding," Captain Hara responded. Her voice was calm, measured. "Exploration. Knowledge. Mutual respect." The alien's multiple eyes blinked in rapid succession, a reaction that the ship's cultural database suggested was equivalent to human shock. On the Horizon's bridge, the crew watched in stunned silence. Years of training, decades of space exploration, countless encounters with hostile alien civilizations, and now, this moment of potential peace hung in the balance. The alien vessel continued to pulse with its strange, shifting light patterns. Communication protocols were being rewritten in real time. Humanity was presenting itself not as a conquering force, but as a species willing to engage, to learn, to communicate. David's translation systems worked continuously, converting not just words, but potential meaning, cultural nuance, diplomatic intention. This was more than a first contact scenario. This was a potential turning point in galactic relations. Captain Byanhara waited, her posture relaxed but alert. One communication. One moment. The potential to change everything. The diplomatic shuttle docked smoothly with the alien vessel, its metallic surface reflecting the soft blue lights of the docking bay. Ambassador Ji-Noon stepped forward, her dark blue diplomatic uniform crisp and pressed. She carried nothing but a simple datapad and a calm demeanor that seemed to challenge every expectation the aliens might have. The alien reception area was unlike anything humans had seen before. Walls that breathed and shifted, surfaces that changed color with every movement, and an atmosphere that felt both welcoming and completely alien. Commander Rock waited at the center of the room, his multiple appendages carefully positioned to appear non-threatening. Humans are not known for diplomatic discussions, Rock stated, his translation device converting his complex language into clear, precise English. Ji-Noon smiled. A simple, genuine smile that seemed to catch the alien commander off guard. Perhaps it's time to change that perception, she responded. Her datapad came to life, projecting a series of holographic charts and diagrams. They showed resource distributions, potential collaboration zones, and complex network models that demonstrated humanity's approach to interstellar cooperation. We're not here to conquer, Un explained. We're here to understand. To collaborate. To create something greater than our individual civilizations. The alien delegation shifted. Their body language, a complex mix of light pulses, subtle vibration, and appendage movements, suggested confusion. Humans had always been viewed as aggressive, territorial, a species that took rather than shared. Un's proposal was revolutionary. She outlined a system of resource sharing that would benefit both human and alien civilizations. Rare mineral deposits could be jointly extracted. Scientific research could be conducted collaboratively. Cultural exchanges could be established. Commander Rock's translation device worked overtime. The proposal was so complex, so unexpected, that it challenged everything the alien civilization understood about human behavior. You suggest we work together? Rock asked, his multiple eyes blinking in rapid succession. After centuries of galactic conflict? Conflict is expensive, Ji-Noon replied. Cooperation is efficient. Her datapad displayed intricate algorithms, mathematical models that demonstrated how collaborative approaches could maximize resources, reduce conflict, and create sustainable growth for both civilizations. The alien delegation leaned closer. The holographic displays showed potential trade routes, shared research zones, and collaborative exploration models. Each projection was a testament to human creativity and strategic thinking. Rock's appendages moved slowly, absorbing the information. The humans weren't presenting a demand. They were offering a partnership. A genuine, mutually beneficial relationship that went beyond traditional galactic power dynamics. Your proposal is unexpected, Rock finally said. Ji-Noon remained calm. She knew this moment was delicate. Centuries of human expansion, of aggressive territorial claims, had created a reputation that would not be easily changed. The diplomatic shuttle's communication systems remained open. Back on the horizon, Captain Byanhara and her crew waited, understanding the significance of this moment. This was more than a negotiation. This was an opportunity to redefine humanity's role in the galaxy. Rock's translation device continued to process. The alien commander was analyzing every aspect of the proposal, looking for hidden motivations, potential traps. But there were none. Just a genuine offer of cooperation. We will need time to consider, Rock finally stated. Ji-Noon nodded. Take the time you need. We are patient. The diplomatic dance continued. Each side testing, understanding, exploring the possibility of something new. A relationship built not on fear or conquest, but on mutual respect and shared potential. Outside the alien vessel, stars continued their silent dance. Galaxies stretched into infinite darkness. And here, in this moment, two civilizations stood on the edge of something extraordinary. A new chapter was about to be written. The conference room hummed with subtle tension. Ambassador Ji-Noon stood beside a holographic display that seemed to breathe with living information. The alien delegation watched, their multiple eyes blinking with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. We would like to demonstrate our problem-solving capabilities, Un announced. A complex three-dimensional model materialized in the center of the room. It showed a star system with multiple ecological challenges: resource depletion, climate instability, and population pressures. Where other civilizations might see impossible obstacles, the human projection began to show innovative solutions. Microscopic nanobots appeared in the hologram, cleaning toxic environments. Adaptive agricultural systems transformed barren landscapes. Energy networks restructured themselves in real time, responding to changing environmental conditions. Commander Rock leaned forward. The demonstration was unlike anything the alien civilization had ever witnessed. "These are not theoretical concepts," Un explained. "These are solutions we've already implemented on multiple human colonies." A second holographic layer revealed the before and after scenarios. Dead planets transformed into thriving ecological systems. Harsh environments becoming sustainable habitats. Each projection showed not just technological capability, but a deep understanding of complex systemic challenges. The alien researchers began whispering among themselves. Their communication was a complex dance of light pulses and vibrational frequencies. But their body language suggested something close to genuine amazement. One junior alien researcher, identified as Krell, approached the holographic display. His appendages moved with careful precision, examining the intricate details of human technological solutions. "How is this possible?" Krell asked. Ji-Noon smiled. "Humans understand that technology is not just about power. It's about adaptation. About solving problems creatively." The hologram shifted again. Now it showed human exploration vessels, sleek, efficient machines that seemed to blend technological sophistication with an almost organic adaptability. Each vessel was designed not just for travel, but for continuous learning and modification. Commander Rock's translation device worked overtime. The capabilities being demonstrated challenged everything the alien civilization understood about human technological development. Adaptive artificial intelligence systems appeared in the projection. These were not simple computational tools, but complex learning networks that could restructure themselves based on new information. They showed problem-solving capabilities that seemed to blur the line between technological system and living intelligence. "We do not seek to conquer," Un said quietly. "We seek to understand. To solve. To grow." The alien delegation remained silent. Their initial assumptions about humans were crumbling with each passing moment. This was not a species driven purely by aggressive expansion. This was a civilization of problem solvers, of innovators. Another holographic layer revealed human medical technologies. Nanoscale healing systems. Genetic repair mechanisms. Adaptive treatments that could respond to complex biological challenges in real time. The alien medical researchers in the room found themselves leaning closer, their professional curiosity overwhelming their initial suspicion. Krell's appendages moved across the holographic interface, zooming into specific technological details. His movements suggested a growing respect, a genuine intellectual fascination. Commander Rock observed silently. Decades of galactic intelligence reports had painted humans as an aggressive, somewhat primitive species. This demonstration was destroying those preconceptions with surgical precision. "We are not what you expected," Ji-Noon said simply. The statement hung in the air, powerful in its simplicity. The holographic displays continued their dance of information, revealing layer after layer of human capability. Not as a threat, but as an invitation to understand. Outside the conference room, the alien vessel continued its silent journey through space. But something had changed. The possibility of a new kind of relationship was taking shape not through military might, but through the quiet power of human innovation. The negotiation chamber buzzed with an electric tension. Ambassador Ji-Noon stood at the center, her datapad projecting a series of complex algorithms that seemed to dance and shift with living intelligence. The alien delegation watched, their multiple sensory organs tracking every subtle movement. "Traditional galactic conflict resolution is fundamentally broken," Un stated. Her presentation began to deconstruct centuries of established diplomatic protocols. Where previous negotiations relied on territorial demands and military posturing, her model introduced something entirely different: collaborative problem-solving. The holographic display showed intricate network models where conflict points transformed into shared opportunity zones. Resources that would typically trigger interstellar tensions became potential cooperative platforms. Each mathematical projection challenged everything the alien civilizations understood about diplomatic engagement. Commander Rock's translation device worked frantically, converting complex human concepts into comprehensible information. The alien delegation leaned forward, their collective body language suggesting a mixture of confusion and growing fascination. Conflict is a mathematical problem, Un explained. Not a military challenge. Her algorithms demonstrated how strategic cooperation could generate exponentially more value than traditional competitive approaches. Planets previously considered battlegrounds became potential joint research stations. Disputed resource zones transformed into collaborative development regions. The junior researcher Krell watched with particular intensity. His sensory appendages moved across the holographic interface, zooming into specific mathematical models. Human diplomatic strategies were unlike anything in galactic records. We are rewriting the rules, Un continued. The presentation revealed how human negotiation models incorporated psychological understanding, cultural complexity, and adaptive problem-solving. Traditional diplomatic approaches saw interactions as zero-sum games. Humans saw them as complex, evolving ecosystems of potential collaboration. Commander Rock's multiple eyes blinked in rapid succession, a sign of deep processing. The human approach was systematically dismantling established galactic negotiation frameworks. One particularly stunning projection showed how a potential conflict zone could be transformed into a multi-species research center. Instead of military fortifications, the model suggested collaborative scientific installations. Where other civilizations would deploy weapons, humans proposed knowledge exchange platforms. Cooperation is more profitable than conflict, Un stated simply. Her datapad generated real-time economic models demonstrating the mathematical proof of her statement. The cost of conflict in resources, lives, and potential development was exponentially higher than the investment required for collaborative solutions. The alien delegation began to communicate among themselves. Their vibrational language suggested a growing sense of intellectual excitement. Humans were not just proposing an alternative approach, they were revealing an entirely new paradigm of interstellar relations. Krell, the young researcher, stepped forward. This changes everything, he said, his translation device capturing both wonder and slight uncertainty. Ambassador Un's smile was calm, almost gentle. She wasn't presenting a conquest. She was offering a new way of understanding complex systems, of resolving potential tensions before they could escalate. The holographic display continued its mesmerizing dance. Economic models, psychological frameworks, resource distribution algorithms, all working in harmonious, interconnected patterns. This was diplomacy as a living, breathing mathematical ecosystem. Commander Rock looked at the human ambassador with a new kind of respect. Humans were revealing themselves not as a military threat, but as a sophisticated, deeply intelligent civilization capable of reimagining fundamental galactic interaction models. We are proposing a new language of cooperation, Un said. Her final projection showed multiple civilizations interconnected, not through military alliances, but through shared knowledge, collaborative research, and mutually beneficial development strategies. It was a vision of galactic interaction that was both radical and remarkably simple. The negotiation chamber remained silent. Something significant was happening. The established rules of galactic diplomacy were being quietly, systematically rewritten. And at the center of this transformation stood one human ambassador, her datapad alive with possibilities, her vision challenging everything the galaxy thought it understood about conflict, cooperation, and collective potential. The Galactic Council chamber was unlike any diplomatic space humans had encountered before. Holographic representations of multiple alien civilizations flickered around a central platform where Ambassador Jean stood, calm and resolute. Breaking centuries of established protocols, the final treaty was being drafted. Not with military precision, but with a collaborative approach that confused and intrigued the gathered alien representatives. Commander Rock's translation device captured every nuance of the moment. Humanity was doing something unprecedented, transforming a potential conflict zone into a collaborative research and development region. The treaty projected holographic layers that showed resource distribution, scientific exchange programs, and mutual technological development paths. Where previous galactic agreements required complex legal language and military guarantees, this document spoke a language of mutual understanding. "We propose open knowledge networks," UN announced. Her datapad projected intricate connection models. Scientific research stations would be established in previously disputed star systems. Technological innovations would be shared, not hoarded. Educational exchange programs would allow young researchers from different civilizations to study and collaborate. The alien delegates watched in stunned silence. Humans were not demanding territory or resources. They were offering partnership. Krell, the young alien researcher who had been fascinated by human approaches, stepped forward. His multiple sensory appendages moved across the holographic interface, examining the treaty's complex layers. "This is not a traditional agreement," he observed. Every clause of the treaty challenged existing galactic diplomatic norms. Where previous agreements required multiple legal safeguards and military contingencies, this document emphasized collaborative potential. The resource distribution models were particularly revolutionary. Rare mineral zones that would typically trigger interstellar conflicts were being proposed as joint research and extraction zones. Each civilization would benefit, reducing potential tensions. Commander Rock's body language suggested a mixture of confusion and growing respect. Humans were presenting a fundamentally different approach to interstellar relations. Educational exchange programs would allow young researchers to study across different civilizations. Scientific knowledge would flow freely, breaking down traditional barriers of technological secrecy. "We are proposing a living diplomatic framework," UN explained. Her final projection showed a complex network of interconnected civilizations. Not through military alliances, but through shared knowledge, collaborative research, and mutually beneficial development strategies. The Galactic Council representatives began communicating among themselves. Their vibrational language suggested a growing sense of intellectual excitement. Humans were not just proposing an alternative approach, they were revealing an entirely new paradigm of interstellar interaction. Technological innovation zones would be established in previously contested star systems. Where military outposts would have been constructed, research centers would now emerge. Scientific collaboration would replace territorial competition. The treaty's most radical element was its adaptive framework. Unlike traditional agreements fixed in legal language, this document could evolve. Mathematical algorithms would continuously analyze and adjust collaborative potential, ensuring ongoing mutual benefit. "We are rewriting the rules of galactic interaction," UN stated. Her calm demeanor contrasted with the revolutionary nature of her proposal. Humans were presenting themselves not as a military threat, but as a sophisticated civilization capable of reimagining fundamental galactic relationship models. The holographic displays continued their mesmerizing dance. Economic models, psychological frameworks, and resource distribution algorithms worked in harmonious, interconnected patterns. This was diplomacy as a living, breathing mathematical ecosystem. As the final signatures were prepared, something profound was happening. The established rules of galactic diplomacy were being quietly, systematically transformed. Commander Rock looked at the human ambassador with a new kind of respect. Humanity had entered the galactic stage not with weapons, but with an unprecedented vision of collaborative potential. The treaty was more than a document. It was a declaration of a new way of understanding interstellar relationships. Cooperation replacing competition. Shared knowledge replacing territorial secrets. And at the center of this transformation stood one human ambassador, her datapad alive with possibilities, her vision challenging everything the galaxy thought it understood about conflict, collaboration, and collective potential. A new chapter in galactic history was about to begin.